I'm going to do a video recording.
Yes.
I have such an exciting voice. Okay, you need to review escape sequences and how they're put together and be able to know, if I give you 3 wrong ones, which one is right. Okay. You need to go over how to put together a pound include. Basically how to spell it. Then I'm going to give you some variables and a printf, and I want to know what's going to get printed. All right, what it says on the test is, the quotes in these answers are just to help in marking the edges of the numbers so you can see the embedded spaces. You know, if it's going to print space, space, 1, 2, 3, unless I mark it some way, you don't know that there's 2 embedded spaces. So I put quotes around the answers in the multiple choice, and they're not coming from the printf, they're coming there to help you know where embedded spaces are. Got that? Despite the fact that it says on a test, lots of times people get in the middle of a test and they forget to read stuff. Okay. I'm going to give you some variables with values, and then I'm going to give you an assignment statement with some computation in it. There's no parentheses. So you need to go over order precedence in order to know what the answer would be. You need to know what are valid and invalid variable names. You need to be able to write a comment like you would in your program. As we go along, on any of these you have a question, put a question mark next to it, and at the end I'll answer questions. Okay? I'm going to give you some code where it reads some values in, and then I want you to do a printf, and I'll show you what I want it to look like on the screen, and you have to write the printf. Okay? The next part deals with files. It's a 3-part question. You'll have to write a file pointer. You'll have to do an fopen and an fscanf using that file pointer. You'll have to write type diff struct, and then you'll have to declare a variable and set a variable equal to something. So go over how to do type diff structs. The next question is on pointers. So go over what you did in Lab 4. That ought to be enough to prepare you. Or go over the slides, either one. All right, that is the C section of the test. Now we go into the Linux system call section of the test. You need to review the basic Linux calls that we've gone over. What do they do? ls, cp, remove, rm, the ones with directories, which is mkdir and rmdir, cat, cd, chmod. It's another one. You need to know the command to get help from Linux. Okay. File permissions are set for 3 categories. Know what they are. Know how to write down the name for the root. Got 2 questions on VI. How do you get from insert mode to command mode? And how do you quit and save everything without making it all go away? Showing up there pretty soon. Alright, where did we just stop? The VI ones. I wanted to show you a slide. I think what I should just do is open this up. Yeah. Alright, this is in 4 Unix, and it is slide 25. Go over that. Okay? Unix, 4 Unix, slide 25. That is enough of that. Okay. Go over the few basic commands we covered about the debugger, what its name is, and the few little commands we did. You should know the list of commands that are system I/O. We've pretty much gone over read, write, open, close, and lseek. You should know what call returns the file descriptor to a program. One of those I/O calls does that. You should know the numbers for your standard input, output, and error. Standard input is, I can't hear you. What is it? 1. Standard out is 2. Standard error is 3. Should know those. I told you before, those are supposed to be engraved in your head. I don't say that about too many awful things, but that one you should know.
It's the standard what again?
Standard in, out, and error. And they have numbers that go with them. And you'll find them in this call, when we started doing opens and reads and writes. It's probably in Unix 6. Someplace in there is the kernel's view of I/O, which might be right there. No, it's not. Six Unix, slide 43. Okay. This one's a freebie. Write a Linux command to display on the screen the contents of a short file with a given name. What do you use to do that? Cat. You need to know how to do redirection at the Linux command, so that the output from a program goes to a file instead of from a command would go from not to the screen but to a file. So like if you do an ls, get it in a file. Okay, we've gone over that recently. And the last one is to write a Linux command to compile a program and fix it so that its executable is not a.out. Okay, that's it. I think it's a reasonably easy test. If you go over what we've done, you'll be fine. If you don't study it all, you have to look it up. There's no guarantees. I've had people try that before and they get below a 50%. It usually doesn't work because they don't even know where to go look because they haven't looked at anything for weeks, you know. Are there any questions or qualifications about anything? You put a question mark down?
Can you just restate that last one?
You need to write a Linux command of a file so that it doesn't go to a.out, it goes to something else. And I think I gave you an assignment that you had to do that.
Was
it in here? Huh?
Is that like the first one?
No, not the first one. You have to do a -O. Yeah. Maybe it was 25 people. I'm getting confused. Anybody else have a question? Yes.
I never was able to get the pipe.
There's no questions on here about pipes. We're going to cover pipes. It's coming down the line. Next.
You're supposed to put it together, pound and glue?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I give you some words, you add symbols to it so that it becomes a... No, that was the comment. I'm going to give you 4 pound includes, and one of them is wrong or one of them is right. You should know how to glue one together correctly. Okay? Yes?
First thing you mentioned escape sequences.
That would be like your /